so much for stopping by with Love Mama in my kitchen on today. I'm so glad you came. Today in our 30 for 30, which is 30 meals in 30 days. So I'm giving you 30 days worth of meals and you could just plan a whole month out and not have to worry about nothing. See? That's because I got you. That's why. Anyway, so today in our 30 for 30 meals, I made, or we are making, a vegetarian stir fry that is to die for. I promise you, you're going to love this recipe. So, without further ado, let's get in the kitchen. Alrighty, darlings. Today we're going to make some stir fry, but we're going to make it completely vegetarian, and it's going to be really good. So we're going to start our stir fry. First of all, we're going to use a pre-mixed stir fry kit, basically, where it already has all the mixed vegetables in it that you need: the cabbage, the carrots, the snap peas, the broccoli. Everything's already in there, so you don't have to spend a whole lot of time chopping up veggies. And like I said, quick and easy. So first we're going to start off by making some peanut sauce. Peanut sauce is a sauce that you find in like pad thai and things like that, but I promise you, you won't be disappointed with it. So we're going to start it off by using 2 tablespoons of creamy peanut butter, so you don't have to toast the peanuts, right? And mash them up. So just 2 tablespoons of creamy peanut butter. Gonna drop that in. There we go. And now, next, we're going to set this spoon to the side. Next, we're going to put in 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. Now, if you don't want to use soy sauce because it is high in sodium, you can actually use Bragg's amino acids. If you don't want to use soy sauce, you can use Bragg's liquid aminos. Comes in a bottle like this, and it tastes, and I'm so sorry about the glare, but it tastes just like soy sauce. It's good for you, not the sodium that soy sauce has, and it's not like tamari. It's just it's really good. I mean, you really can't taste the difference. So we're going to use some Bragg's aminos in this one, since I've decided I'm going to try to make it a little healthier. We're not going to use regular soy sauce. So we're going to use 2 full tablespoons of Bragg's liquid aminos. And if you don't want to use aminos, you can use liquid aminos. You can use regular soy sauce, or you can use tamari, which is another alternative to soy sauce that's not so salty or full of sodium. So then we're going to stir that around. You can use a spoon, fork, whisk. I think what I'm going to do is get a whisk, because this isn't working for me. Or better yet, I will get a fork. Okay, guys. Now we're going to whisk that around in there and get that mixed in with the soy sauce, the peanut butter and the soy sauce. And then we're going to put in a little bit of some sweet ginger hot sauce. I buy this brand from Red Hot's sweet ginger sauce. It gives it a little extra kick. And you just need a couple of squeezes. You don't need a whole lot. It's about 2 teaspoons that I'm squeezing in here. Okay, stir that around. You're going to use some milk. We're going to use about 3 tablespoons of milk, and I'm using almond milk for this one. So 1, 2, and 3. And there you go. Your peanut sauce is ready. And we're going to use this in our stir fry, and our vegetables are going to taste absolutely heavenly. And now we're going to get our tofu ready for the stir fry. Okay, guys, now yes, we are going to use tofu for our stir fry today. It's going to be in place of our meat. You can use chicken or beef or pork or whatever you want to use, but I'm using tofu today. And keep in mind, guys, I know most people are scared of tofu, but tofu doesn't have a flavor. So it takes on the flavor of whatever you cook it with. So we're going to make this a little bit flavorful for us. So what we're going to do is first you're going to take your tofu out of the package and drain off the liquid. This is the extra firm, which doesn't break down as easy. You're going to take a paper towel and pat it down and get all of the liquid out, or most of it. Okay, so we patted it down, put that over in our trash bowl. Then we're going to cut it into little cubes. Now, what we're going to do to this tofu is we are actually going to infuse this tofu with a little flavor before we use it in our stir fry. Now notice how I'm just cutting it into cubes here. I cut it straight down the middle and then across, and then I'm going to take my knife and run it through this way. That way I don't have to take everything apart as I'm trying to get it together, and then you got your cubes. See? Perfect. So now I'm going to put this in this bowl, and what we're going to do is I actually have a pot over on the stove that I've already put about 2 cups of water in, and I put some roasted garlic bouillon. It comes from Better Than Bouillon. This is the seasoned roasted garlic flavor. You buy this at the grocery store, or you can use regular bouillon. It makes really good stock. And I put a couple of 2.5 cups, of water that I boiled. I put 2 tablespoons of the Better Than Bouillon, and then I cut it off and let the bouillon, get its way, have its way. And I'm going to take this tofu and stick it into the oven. Stick it into the pot of water with the bouillon and just let it sit for about 10 minutes. And it's going to soak up the flavor of the bouillon. Now guys, instead of rice to go with in our stir fry today, we're going to use couscous. A lot lower in carbs. It's a whole grain. It's really good. It takes on whatever flavor you give it. So we're going to use couscous, and we're going to I'm going to put this on. So come on over to the stove with me. We're going to Alrighty. So now what we're going to do here is we're going to put 1 1/4 cup of water into this pot and bring it to a boil. And then we're going to, before we bring it to a boil, we're going to cut the oven on high. Before we bring it to a boil, we're going to put some seasoning in the water. And so I have a mixture of quite a bit of seasoning here. Some sea salt and garlic powder and some dried onions. So I'm going to put a little of that in the water, and it's going to flavor the water. I'm putting a little more dried onions in because I like them in my couscous. And just a tad of white pepper. A couple of shakes. And I'm going to let that boil while I get it ready for the couscous. Couscous is really easy to make. So now that the water is boiling for our couscous, we're going to go ahead and put our couscous in. This is about a cup of couscous. We're going to go ahead and put that in. We're going to stir it around just a little bit. And then watch this. We're going to cut off the burner. Cover up the pot. And yes, this is a bigger top because I couldn't find a small one. We're going to cover up the pot and let it sit. And the couscous will be ready in just a few minutes. Okay, now while we're waiting on our couscous to get ready, I am going to go ahead and start on the stir fry. Now, this is up kind of high, so I'm going to turn it down to medium. As you can see, it's smoking. I'm going to take it off the heat for a minute. I was heating up the pan. So now that I have my pan heated, I put a little grapeseed oil in the bottom, 2 tablespoons. I'm going to go ahead and put in my veggies. And I bought the vegetables that's already prepared. It's like a stir fry kit. And what they do is go ahead and chop everything up for you. So I got broccoli, cabbage, some spinach, some carrots, and all that in there. I'm going to go ahead and saute that and stir that around a little bit. Okay. It's even got a little kale in it. Okay, and then as we are stirring that around a little, got that to calm down. Now we're going to go ahead and put our peanut sauce in. And you have to be careful because the peanut sauce will stick a little bit if you're not careful, so you can't just like walk away from this and it'll stick. I'm going to cut the fire down to low. Now we're going to put about a quarter cup of water in this. Okay. So we'll put a quarter cup of water just to give it some steam and keep that peanut sauce from sticking. Now that is looking and smelling absolutely delicious. We're going to cut it all the way down to simmer because now we're going to incorporate our tofu that we've infused with some broth. Okay, now we've put in our tofu and we're just going to stir that around in with the tofu. Now remember guys, tofu is very high in protein, so you can still get your protein with the tofu. You don't have to use chicken, but if you want, you can compensate and use chicken or pork. You can even use beef. You can use whatever you like. And I've even done this with shrimp and it turned out absolutely delicious. So this is just about ready. So now we're going to check on our couscous and get this plated up. We're going to let this actually simmer for about 5 minutes so that the tofu can get all the flavor of the veggies in the peanut sauce. And then we're going to get this plated up. Couscous should be just about ready. Now, after we let the couscous sit for a couple of minutes, see how it's already done? It didn't see, it's ready. So now we're going to take this couscous out and we're going to plate it up with the rest of our stir fry. Alrighty, so we've taken this stir fry, put it on a plate. We put our couscous in the middle. All I did, guys, was take it and stick it in a bowl, pack it down, and then turn the bowl over on the plate. That way it's it's like the rice, but it's not rice, it's grains. Put it all around the side. There we have it. Looks really delicious. We're going to top this with some toasted pine nuts that I'm toasting right now in the oven. It's going to be great. My darlings, there we have it. We made us a beautiful vegetarian stir fry that is to die for. Now, you do not have to use the tofu if you don't want to. You can do chicken, or you can do pork, or you can do beef, and you cannot put any extra in it and just use vegetables only. It is completely and totally up to you. But keep in mind, don't, rule out tofu. Everybody's afraid of tofu. Yeah, everybody is afraid of tofu, and I used to be afraid of tofu because I did not understand what that was. However, tofu does not have a taste, guys, and it is a very good source of protein, and it doesn't have a taste, so whatever you cook it with, it takes on that flavor. And when I have my tofu crumbles that I use that look like ground beef or whatever, I do not taste the difference, I promise you. So just give this recipe a try. You will not be disappointed, I promise. And it's okay to cut a few corners. Like for instance, we used a bag of stir-fry vegetables that we bought at the grocery store in the produce section. All the vegetables were already in the bag, so we didn't have to go through all that trouble cutting and cutting and cutting, because sometimes we're busy people, we have jobs and things like that, and sometimes you don't have time but you want a nice home cooked meal. There you go. Make it easy on yourself. I am a big fan of making it easy on yourself. So now, if you like this recipe and you like this video, which I know you did, please take a moment and subscribe. Yeah, take a moment and subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. And then share this video. Share this video with someone who just may want to try some new recipes. Share the channel with someone who just may want to try some new recipes. I try to upload every couple of days. I'm still kind of new to this, so I'm, finding my groove here. And I'm still going to upload because I'm enjoying myself. I am having a good time with you in this kitchen. So, what are we going to do? Let's review. We're going to subscribe. We're going to thumbs up. We're going to like it. And we're going to share. Because what do I say? Sharing is the Christian way. Thank you, Lord. Anyway, you guys have been a blessing to me on today. I enjoyed making this recipe. So, thank you so much for stopping by. I'm so glad you came. I love you. I love you. I love all my subscribers, and I love all my new subscribers. I just love you. You're all family to me. You're making me feel really special right about now because you're watching and you're subscribing, and I feel so special and so blessed. So remember that. Now, again, thank you guys for stopping by. I love you, love you, love you. God bless you. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening, and happy cooking.